to all. The information I'm about to read to you is taken from www.exposingchristianity.com. Why Christianity attacks sexuality. The Christian Church has done everything in its power to suppress and control sexuality. Sexual energy is the creative life force that liberates the Kundalini and is a direct threat to their agenda for enslaving humanity. There is nothing spiritual about Christianity. Christianity is a tool to remove all spiritual knowledge and spirituality. This has been effectively accomplished by attacking the second chakra, which is the sexual chakra, thus keeping the Kundalini serpent bound in the base. In order for the Kundalini energy to ascend safely, all of the chakras must be free and open. Psychological hang-ups manifest themselves in the chakras, which are the key components of the soul, and create blocks that prevent the ascension and circulation of spiritual energy, both in the 7 main chakras and in the 144,000 nadis. Christianity, Islam, and other related programs to destroy spirituality vehemently attack sexuality in any way they can, whether it is heterosexuality, homosexuality, etc. They work to install sexual inhibitions, I don't know how to pronounce it, guilt, shame, and turn something beautiful and spiritually empowering into something ugly. Few, if any, Christians or Muslims are even aware of what spirituality really is. All of these nefarious programs have replaced spiritual concepts with impostor Jewish characters, Jewish places, and other fictitious Jewish archetypes such as Jesus the Nazarene. Jesus has been used as a diversion and distraction, keeping the followers from assessing true spirituality and working on their souls. Truth be known, we save our own souls. Jesus is a fictitious Jewish character that is nothing more than an impostor to a concept. Kundalini liberates the soul and also opens up the psyche. The Christian Church has also done everything in its power to keep us from communicating with beings such as Satan and his demons, and deliberately cut us all off from any knowledge and power. This keeps us all in the dark and has cut us off from our true Creator God. Quote, "We shall destroy God," end of quote. Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion. The sexual suppression creates an imbalance in the base and second chakra, which bleeds over into the emotional level chakra. This extends to the next chakra, and from here we have a further imbalance, creating fear and guilt and other emotional and psychological disorders. Because of the cutoff, there is no outlet, and humanity degenerates spiritually from generation to generation. Each generation has been indoctrinated and conditioned to view sexuality in the Judeo-Christian Muslim way. Those of us who are completely free from this influence are few. Sexuality equals life, liberation, and spiritual advancement. The Church knows this and has denied the general population this knowledge for centuries. Now, when I mention the Church, I am referring to those on top, not the average pedophile priest or minister. The Catholic priesthood is a prime example of the level of the indoctrination, ignorance, and stupidity all the way down the line with blind obedience. The child raping and molestations are chief illustrations of what occurs when one consciously suppresses the powerful sex drive, which is the life force itself. Because of the suppression of this knowledge, humanity is operating at 1/5 to 1/10 of the total potential. The energy centers remain closed and dormant, cutting the world off from other dimensions, blocking spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical potential in order to keep power in the hands of a chosen few. All of this is the use of black magic at the top levels that has been handed down through the centuries. The New Age movement teaches helplessness and strongly discourages any forms of black magic to ensure this power only remains in the hands of a few. Justice and righteousness are strongly discouraged and attacked. People are being indoctrinated to be victims and slaves. Fear is used innocently, no different from Jewish communism, which is where Christianity eventually leads. The New Agers who dabble in magic are also in balance. The ancient Egyptians knew that to be adept, one must be versed in both the white and black aspects of magic. Black magic is suppressed and controlled by the few in power at the top who make liberal use of it. The average person is not only ignorant to this fact, but helpless against it. The that the generation and exclusion of women in RHP religions is also for a specific purpose. As Todd stated, everything comes in twos for balance and harmony. Two is the creative force. The female energy within us all is the subconscious and the psyche. The female aspect connects us to the higher dimensions of the mind in balance in the of the mind in balance to the male logical side of the brain. The two ideally should work together in harmony. The Kundalini energy is of the female part of the soul. By attacking and denigrating women, this further suppresses this energy subliminally. Destroying this female energy is fundamental to the enemy agenda. Once this feminine energy is completely subdued, the intuition and higher consciousness are switched off and become dominant by the lower consciousness. The chakras below the heart, which is the switch-off point and connector of the seven chakras, remain disconnected, and a serious imbalance results. The church and its controlling cohorts are well aware of the imbalance that occurs when this female energy is cut off. The chakras all work together. What then occurs is a total loss of a much-needed sense, also known as the sixth sense. Humanity is spiritually blind, and through this have become total victims. This is the goal of the Christian Church: to prepare Gentiles to be ignorant and unquestioning slaves who are unable to fight back at the hands of Jewish masters, the communist state. For example, when an adept Jew throws a curse, the genital victim who has been indoctrinated with the lies of Christianity is helpless and succumbs to it. He or she can't even see it coming and doesn't even know. This way the Jews become God. Quote from the Jewish Talmud, Simeon Hadderson, Fall 56d. When the Messiah comes, every Jew will have 2,800 slaves. Thank you for listening, and